It's Mary Amy, and I'm coming live from New York. And I am a certified intuitive wisdom coach, and I'm a light worker, and I'm all about finding the beautiful glowing light that's in your heart and shifting away darkness and creating a higher vibration to take you to a higher consciousness. So today we're going to discuss manifesting dreams, 3 steps to your goals. So to attract the desired outcome, manifesting our dreams, you must have an open mind and an open heart. It's very crucial. In other words, have a dream or a goal with clear intention, emotional openness, and belief. You most definitely will not be manifesting if you laugh at yourself or you have some doubt. And let's keep our energy surrounding the thought and the concept to ourselves and positive, only positive surrounding your goal that you would like to manifest. Like I said, don't share with others, and let us embrace positive opportunities together and decide exactly what you would like. Do not be vague, be your authentic self and own it. Before I share the 3 steps to manifesting your goals, which are more simple than you realize, let's trace back to a few of our previous videos about life self-love suggestions to raise our vibration to a higher frequency. All right, so let's be reminded to be mindful of accepting your true self. And we spoke about an imaginary line. And so the line is a foot from your body, and in this space, it's your sacred space. And the purpose of this is so that you feel more comfortable with everyone that you allow in your space emotionally and physically, and you set boundaries. So you know the boundary, and actually, whether you tell someone or not, they will sense that there is some kind of boundary where you're being much more clear about who you would like in your life, right? So that's one of them. And then also we spoke about connecting to your heart, saying, how are you feeling today? Or, what's going on? And ask, what emotion do you have connected to your heart? And ways to shift away negative emotions like anger, hate, sadness, pain would be to journal. Hi, hey Richard. And would be journal. So journal how you're feeling, stream of consciousness. I heard about this years ago from an author, The Artist's Way, and she spoke about morning pages, and it's about writing down a stream of consciousness, not worrying about grammar, and doing it from every day until there's nothing left for you to loop back in your mind. Next, I would suggest go to a body of water and release whatever's bothering you, speak it out to the water, and just let it go. Rather than ranting to someone else or hurting someone else with your stuff, Next, I would like to suggest that if you need to maybe forgive someone. This is big. This is like as big as challenging your fears. And what I mean by this is, if there's someone that's asking for forgiveness, it will mean so much to your energy, your power, your karma, to accept an apology, or say you're sorry to someone that you need to say you're sorry to. And let's say you have no access to this person, and you want to say please forgive me. Words are very powerful, and they all have a vibration, and the person will be able to sense it. They will know that something changed. So I suggest forgiveness and accepting someone who said they're sorry to you. You might need to make a list. Okay, next I would say, let's say we spoke about, asking your heart how you're doing, and let's say it happens to be fear or a circumstance that you keep coming up against over and over. It's like a recurring theme in your life. So you want to go to what that is. And for me, I just literally went through this. I myself, I don't know, I passed through 6 to 7 fears that were blocking my abundance and my prosperity and my destiny. And what I see for me, everyone's going to be different, is you think of whatever the fear is, and I'm sure that it kind of freaks you out if it's a fear, right? And you go to it and you look at what it is and why you have this fear, and you uncover it and you embrace it. So you accept whatever the fear is, and then you find out why you have this fear. Now, I know this takes courage and bravery, but I have to tell you, as soon as you do this, it brings the pieces of your soul back to you, whether it was a trauma or some kind of circumstance. Maybe it was something recurring, maybe it was just something that happened to you as a child and you haven't been able to shake it your whole life. Okay, and I would say, let's uncover the fear, look it squarely in the face, and embrace this part of you. It might be a shadow characteristic, and that this may seem scary. However, it will raise your vibration and transform you. So another suggestion that I made for self-love would be to come up with 5 to 6 affirmations. It could be something like light, nature, goodness, water, trees, and say them aloud, and if it resonates with you, say them aloud, and this will have an effect on you. And I would say another suggestion would be to write down 3 characteristics that you love about yourself. It could be something internal, it could be something the way you physically look, it could be a skill that you have. And this is just to remind you to have self-love. I'd also like to remind you about stillness. And sometimes it's okay to just turn off technology and have it be quiet and just hear nothing. And get used to that, and it will give you some peace. Also, let's talk about living in the moment and stretching out the moment. So right now we're going to say, here we are in the moment. Look how long this moment is. This is why it's good to live in the present. You don't realize how much can be accessed and how much can be accomplished just living in the moment. Instead of thinking about all the goals that you have, about thinking about what's going to happen in an hour, just live here and just enjoy this moment. We don't know how long we're here for, and be grateful. I mean, for me, I'm in this moment, right? I'm by this star, I'm speaking to you. Okay, and then I'd also like to remind you to ground yourself. And what does that mean? That means you're connected to the earth. So maybe grab a knee or a foot and just remind yourself, like, my feet are deeply planted in the earth's surface. Or you can go out to a tree, a big, strong, healthy tree, and stand on its roots and close your eyes, because the energy of a strong, healthy tree is very powerful. Its energy field will help you to feel more grounded. And when I say, are you grounded? I mean, do you feel lost and confused? Are you all in your head and emotions and you can't really even talk about what's going on here? Maybe you need to be grounded. Okay, and then finally, before we move on, I'd like to mention breathing. And we spoke about breathing, and we did some relaxation exercises, and we kind of used some techniques during meditation. So let's just close our eyes right now. And let's get into a comfortable position, right? And let's just Let go of everything before this moment. And because we're going to try to release old beliefs and bring you to a place of quiet and calm and serenity and harmony within your mind, body, spirit. That is my goal. And this is my mission. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. Okay, so I'd like you to close your eyes and let's be conscious of our breathing. When we spoke about meditation, we spoke about being focused on the sensation of breathing. Okay, so you want to pay attention to your breath. So together, let's do some inhales and exhales. And that's entirely up to you. I don't want to rush anyone. I've said in the past, do a 12 count, but do what feels natural. Okay, and then we're gonna try a few other things. So let's do that together a few times. Now, if you don't feel as though you're relaxed, maybe tense your body up and then let it go. Because this is all about relaxing and paying attention to your breath. And if your mind wanders, bring it back. And that's what we spoke about during meditation. Just bring it back to the I'm sorry that the video keeps going in and out. I don't know why I have a bad connection today. Okay, so maybe we've let go. If you need to speak anything out, just let it go. And why are we doing this? Because my suggestion is people speak of wanting to be compassionate or have kindness and also to attain love in their life. And we cannot have those qualities within ourselves or gain those qualities unless we clear out whatever's going on inside of us. If there's darkness or negativity, we cannot have love in our life without that, and we cannot bring love into our life. So we want to clear away everything, and everyone goes at their own pace. I know that. Some people aren't ready. They might watch this and say, this is not for me. She's not for me. And that's totally fine. If you walk away with one suggestion, I'm grateful. Okay, so let me remind you about the last time we spoke about a nature serene. Hey, thanks for joining us. A nature scene visualization. So what is that? It's visual guided imagery. It's creating images. And I explained how I had a divine message. Things were a little rough the other day, and I want to say it was an angelic energy came through and suggested that when I'm not okay, I should visualize in my mind this beautiful grassy meadow, green grassy meadow, these mountains, and then beyond that, and purples and pinks. And so then the next time I came on, I spoke to you about coming up with your own go-to nature scene. Now this is something that you can do for 1 second and you practice it. And then when you're in a situation that things aren't going well, maybe gone sideways, it could be that someone's very emotional that's around you. If you think of your go-to nature scene, you will change the energy in the room and people will feel it and they'll be like, what just happened? If you just think of it, because if you can feel joy when you think of your go-to nature scene, you're changing your emotional and physical makeup that's going on. When you're in a state of upset as soon as you think of this nature scene. So maybe it's something like, close your eyes and let's try it together. So we'll go to nature scene. So close your eyes and you let out a breath. And I'd like you to imagine the most beautiful, stunning nature scene that you can come up with yourself. Maybe it's a forest of trees. Maybe it's a field of flowers. Maybe it's a waterfall. Maybe it's a location, an exotic location in the Caribbean. It's whatever brings joy to you. And so if it brings joy, then that's your go-to nature scene. And that's what I suggest if you're having a hard time. Or if you're upset, you're negative, you're unhappy, all of these like change, meditation and visualizations and loving yourself, it changes your outcome and your future. And you will ascend to a higher consciousness, 5D. And if we collectively connect to our light and connect to divine light, a higher being, we will bring light to the rest of the world because it's very strong and powerful. It's extraordinary, actually. Okay, so let's practice that. And now we spoke about our relaxation, so continue to feel, relaxing your mind and body and letting go of old thoughts and old, not habits, old beliefs. Where if you let go of old beliefs, like when I said if you let go of old beliefs, then you change your future and your journey. All right, so let's concentrate on the feeling of inner peace. So let's go to why we're here today, which is manifesting your dreams. It brings us happiness and joy, following the self-help techniques that will give you clear vision and harmony. So how do you manifest your dreams or goals? In other words, having a dream or goal, it takes intention, emotional openness, and belief. You will not manifest if you laughed at yourself or you have doubt. So exactly here are the steps. So 1, simply, now you don't tell anyone, simply write down on a piece of paper exactly what it is that you want. Now it can't be a person. You can say that if you want to be in a love relationship or a relationship, then you would say that. You would say, I would like to be in a relationship of love, or whatever it is that you want to attain in regard to a relationship. You can't ask for a person because we have free will and that's something completely different. This is about visualizing what you want. So you're going to write down on a piece of paper exactly what you want. Maybe it's something materialistic. Maybe it's a car. I always use the example of a shiny yellow sports car. It can be, maybe you would like to become more patient. So after you've written it down on a piece of paper, put it in your sock drawer. Put whatever this goal is. Next thing I want you to do is right now close your eyes, and now I'd like you to visualize and see in your mind's eye, exactly what it is you want. Now you have to be specific, be in that moment, gather all your senses. What do you feel, hear, see, touch, smell about this goal that you want? So let's say we're going to use my goal. I'm saying a shiny yellow car. So when I visualize, what I see is, I see my car, my yellow car, I'm touching it, it's smooth, it has no top on, it has black interior, I can smell that it's new, I feel joy. Now if you can feel joy, then you will be able to have it. Now if you don't feel joy when you're visualizing your dream goal that you want, then that means you have to go to it and find out why. Did someone tell you you can't have that goal? You can't manifest something unless it brings you joy. Now, we don't want to block ourselves, and we want to discover why we don't feel joy. Did someone tell you that it's silly or impossible, either as a child or a young adult? Let that go. So you want to let it go. You want to look at it and say, why do I think I can't have it? Because anything is possible. And friends and family should only support you. They should not break your spirit or be dream killers, right? So let's embrace what you desire. Anything is possible. Okay, so next step, that was 2 steps. Write it down and then visualize exactly what you want. The third step, the final step, is speak aloud about what you have. So describe it like you already have it. So my yellow car, I would take my car out and I go on the highway, and I love how my hair blows in the wind when I'm traveling, and I see myself driving through the desert like a 1950s movie in my yellow sports car. So for you, you want to talk about it like you already have it. And again, we don't tell anyone about this. Okay? We tell no one about this. We just keep it to ourselves. Because unless you have something concrete, people's thoughts can affect you. Thoughts are energy, they're a vibration, they're a frequency, and they can affect you. Well, now I know I went through a whole lot here today, and I appreciate everyone for joining me. And I want to say how grateful I am, and I'm wishing you love. I'm hoping that everything good happens to you, and that if you're not feeling well, I hope you feel better. I'm sending you love. I love you. I'm going to send some healing light, some energy to you. So I do clockwise, counterclockwise, clockwise, and I spin light, right? And I send it to you, and I wish you well. And I just would like to say that I speak about light on the horizon. Like this morning, I went and saw a sunrise, the beginning of one, and I can see it in my mind's eye, this beautiful sunrise with orange and yellow skies, and then there's water in front of the horizon. And so what does that mean? That means good luck is coming. Light on the horizon, something showing you a difficult situation will improve. And so it's seeing past limit of sight. It's a new beginning, a surprise beyond what you're able to foresee or anticipate. So for me, light on the horizon means I have good luck today, I'm hopeful, and so I'm sending you light on the horizon, and I wish you well. And next time I'll be back, and I believe I'm talking about angels. So I hope you join me, and everybody have a good night. Be well. Love you all. Bye.